Alright, good morning everybody. I want to make this video today just to really reach out to my friends in YouTube land and try to get an understanding of something that's coming up. I mean, this is a decision everybody in New York State who votes is going to have to make in November. I hope every eligible voter does go and vote, even if you disagree with my politics. I strongly encourage people to go and vote, but also to be educated voters. And here I'm just exclaiming my total ignorance on a subject that I know very little about, and I've really only heard one side of. And I've heard I've read one side of this argument for a very long time. I've been aware of it for a long time, probably since I started working in Rockland Psych. I'm not a member of the union there because I'm a contractor. I'm independent. Independent contractor, self-employed technically there. But I see the union puts up a sign, and they've been posters up, letters up for a long time, explaining their opposition to the New York State Constitutional Convention, which we're going to be voting on in referendum this November. And my visceral response has been, well, if the unions don't like it, I must like it because I'm a Republican and they're Democrats. But then I'm like, wait a second. Then I heard, well, no, the Republicans also don't want a constitutional convention. Well, I don't like those Albany insiders. I don't like, although the thing was, I had that visceral feeling of Albany insider about our congressman when he was running, just here and not knowing him, and then meeting him and learning more about him and following his work. I was like, oh wow, I missed Chris Gibson. I thought he was great, but this guy's also great. And proud that I don't remember his name right now, even though I met him. I'm really proud that he's our congressman. He's also from Kinderhook. I'm drawing a blank right now. The sign was by that Werner Evans property for so long. Faso, John Faso. Yeah, he's a great guy. I really like him. Really an upstanding statesman. And it was an honor to meet him. And it was also an honor to meet Chris Gibson when I did. But I'm very, very impressed by John Faso. He's really, really a wonderful person. But I remember he was running. I forgot who was he running against. Haney in the primary, and I heard all this. Well, John Faso's a Albany insider, so we don't want him. But then I learned, no, he's one of the good guys. And of course in the general election, Zephyr Teachout's a total lunatic. I mean, she's a nice person, but I'm saying politically, I would never vote for Zephyr Teachout. That's just too far out. Not just because she has a funny name. I actually like her name. I think her name's pretty cool, but and she's a good TV person, even though I had some issues with certain things that she's done on TV too. But I see. But she would be a good congresswoman for Brooklyn, for Manhattan, but not for Sullivan County. She doesn't represent us, and the congressperson has to represent his or her constituents, not his or her own feelings. And that's one thing I feel. John Faso is an upright statesman who represents his constituents, not his own interests. And as opposed to Zephyr Teachout, who I think is an ideologue, along the lines of Bernie Sanders, who cares more about her ideology than she does about her constituents, if she would have constituents, even if she was representing Manhattan or Brooklyn or something. But that's neither here nor there. I'm going back. I really want to discuss the Constitutional Convention. So, again, my visceral response was, well, if the unions are against it, I must be for it. And then, they said, these delegates, they're getting paid a full-time salary to go be delegates. I'd like to be a delegate. How do I become a delegate? Do I talk to, and then, you have to have political connections. Do I go talk to Ezra Friedlander or something? I don't know, and if it would pass, maybe I would go to talk to Ezra Friedlander. I don't know. I don't know Ezra Friedlander, other than from Facebook or whatever, Twitter, and I don't agree with everything he stands for, but maybe he could get my foot in the door. I don't know. Does he have that much pull? I don't know. I'll talk maybe to his nephew-in-law, if he would know. So, talking about that, but the thing is, I wouldn't vote for it just for that, because I know probably wouldn't get the job, So what we're really talking about here. So I don't know. I've heard the opposition to it. I've heard the concerns that oppose it, and it seems that both, at least the right wing that I understand, not the Rockefeller Republican type, most likely it would be supported by the Rockefeller Republican types, which I can't really name anybody who I would identify as that type today. But those people would probably be for it, I would assume. I don't know who's for it. That's the thing. That's what I'm really asking here. Because from what I understand, both the left and the right are against this thing. I want to hear somebody who's for it. I heard that there was some debate or something locally, but it was on Yontiv or it was on Shabbos. I didn't even think to go. If there's maybe a recording of that, does anybody know? I'll be honest, I don't have that much time in my life to really do my due diligence and learn about these things, and I think that's why a lot of people are not educated voters, because we just don't have time. When I was a kid and I was too young to vote, I think I followed politics a lot more than I do now. And most people would say, Joe Kolakowski, you really are into politics. And I would say, no, I'm really not. I'm really into my own life. I'm really into, having, making a living so I can support my family, and, working hard. I travel 1,000 miles a week to work, or work 5-6 days a week. In some ways you could say 7 days a week, because in a way, shul is also kind of work. I do get paid a little here and there. Generally I don't ask for it. I just consider that as as a donation to the community, my service. But I'm really working 7 days a week, putting in what I can, being of service to the community. And so, I mean, the thing is, I don't want to hurt my coworkers at the hospital. You know, I just don't know enough. I want to learn about what is this really about. What is this Constitutional Convention about? I've heard the opposition side, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear more opposition to it. But can someone explain to me the pro side? Is there a pro side? Can you explain a little bit more about this? Is this something that we just have to vote on every couple of years? It's just an automatic thing that we have to vote on it. Because I don't know if I accept this, like, oh, these greedy politicians and lobbyists are just trying to take away our money. I don't know what's going on. I do think, you know, we need to shake things up there in Albany. But, you know, what the people have been saying is that the Constitutional Convention is not the answer to that. So what is? Anybody have an answer? What do we got to do to Is there any reason to have it? Is there? I want to learn more about this. I really want to hear if there's anybody who supports it at all. Because as far as I've heard, nobody supports it. I've not seen one sign anywhere that says vote yes. I'm almost tempted. You know, the little kid in me is almost tempted to vote for it just to be a contrarian, just to stir up the pot a little, just to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. I want to know what's really going on. What is this really all about? Teach me, somebody. I'm not that. I know I'm going to get comments, oh, it's bad, vote no, vote no. And I heard that already, and I'm probably pretty much convinced to vote no. Unless, of course, I could get a job. You know, and I know that sounds selfish, but it's, you know. But then on the other hand, people are like, well, why don't you work harder? Why are you on all these programs? And I'm on these programs because I'm eligible for them. I work a lot, and thank God, recently they've gone down. Thank God I don't need as much of them. Not getting as much as I used to. But I'm working. I went to a job interview yesterday that would essentially take me off all these programs, and I would be, all on my own. But it's a government job. I'm still going to be taking taxpayer money. Like, it's all the same. I don't know. I mean, either way I'm working, and either way I'm taking taxpayer money. Whether it's this way or it's that way, it's the same thing. Oh my goodness. Almost to work, and then they gotta pull this on me. Bronx, thank you, Bronx. Where did this even come from? Almost there. Oh yeah, you going past. This is the Bronx already, isn't it? I haven't been to the Bronx in, what, 2 weeks? Alright, does anybody have anything to share? Any insights? I've rambled on for 15 minutes, just said the same thing over and over again. Please tell me, is there anybody who supports the New York State Constitutional Convention? Because I support a National Constitutional Convention. I support, this Article 5 Convention of the States. I think that would be awesome. Especially if we could get in Mark Levin's amendments. Did I hear this? I don't know. I don't feel any. Well, I still got a daven. It's late. Maybe that's what I should do now instead of talking to whatever 20 people, or maybe the same person watching 20 times 1 minute of this. I don't know if anyone's watching this late. If you made it this far, because that's good for my algorithms on YouTube, write East 233rd Street in the comments so I know that you actually watched 16 minutes of this video. And then I'll learn if nobody writes it. I gotta make shorter videos, but it's very hard. This video should have been 5 minutes. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Alright, God bless you. Please like, share, and subscribe. And let me know. What do you think about this Constitutional Convention? Even if you're against it, you could just quickly say I'm against it. But I would really like to hear someone who's for it. Whether you want to write in the comments, whether you want to send me a video about it, whether you want to email me. A lot of people email me or call me privately. My information is very easily available. Tell me, what do you got to say? Text me or whatever. Send me on Twitter or Facebook. Explain to me what, especially if someone supports the Constitutional Convention, please explain to me why. I mean, I put on tefillin already this morning. I just put on tefillin, I said Shema, and I said Havinenu, I said brachas. But I still got to say the whole davening. I consider the Havinenu as like a tefillas nedava. I said it out loud, so we might see my wife or whatever. I don't know. I probably shouldn't do that. I just I should have gotten up earlier, or maybe taken my tefillin with me. But I think it's better that I did something at 7:30 in the morning than to daven at 10:30 at work. Everything. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, you want to comment about that? Tell me that too. That's what probably more people who are watching are going to comment on. All right. I think my interview yesterday went pretty well. They're interviewing a lot of people. I doubt I'm going to get the job. Who knows? I don't know if it's really a job I want, but it'll be a really good job. It's close to home, full-time benefits, state job in Pennsylvania. I would really love it. I think. I mean, it would be good for my family, I guess. I don't know. I mean, the major thing that attracts me about a job like this is a pension, because really it's 12 of one, half a dozen of the other. Because, like, as far as the here and now, like, if I'm making now however much I'm making, and I get food stamps and Medicaid and Section 8 a little bit, very little, like, Section 8, so now I'm saving $90 a month or whatever, But that's also because my rent is raised or whatever. But, I don't know. The main thing I'm worried about is Medicaid, because paying out of pocket for medical insurance, is really tough. But if I had a job that gave benefits, so then I could get off Medicaid. And Medicaid, if I'm off Medicaid, I'm off everything else, because to be making enough, Medicaid is like the highest tier of all of them. So, like, but just trying to be a responsible adult. I would like to get off of these programs. It sounds nice. It sounds like the right thing to do. Maybe they'll shut up some of the anti-Hasidic rhetoric online or something. I mean, I'm doing everything legally. If fact, I over-report and get less, than I really should get, because really, technically, I could, make it a business and whatever. Well, I'm rambling on again. I mean, I put on tefillin, even Referendum Thomas and Havinenu and Shema. I could have some to drink, can't I? All right, I'll stop it now. All right, well, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. Tell me what you think about this constitutional convention, especially if you support it. I'm going to try to do some research today. If I have time, I have a lot of other work to do. Got to catch up on, the past 2 weeks. Haven't gone away, not been in. All right. Thank you very much, and all the best. Take care.